Okay, good morning or afternoon, Linden West Elementary School. This is your 4th and 5th grade reminder about our annotated bibliography project. Remember that we are doing research in our mid-continent databases for our feature article topics. I'm going to remind you how to log into some of those mid-continent resources and show you how we can start creating our annotated bibliography in notes. Don't worry if you don't have a whole lot of time to get your entire annotated bibliography finished. I know a lot of us might not have time or the opportunity to finish this at home. We're going to have plenty of time next week in class to take a look at this. But for those of you that are doing some of your virtual learning today and want to do your library activity, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do some work on this today. So here we are on Destiny. Remember, you should have this bookmarked or added to your home screen. If not, you can find Destiny in Student Links. Our login button in the top right-hand corner. Remember, your username is your lunch number. And your password is that birthday password plus your 4 extra digits that the district gave you this year to help keep your account secure. So we have our learning resources that we've explored here in Destiny Discover. For my research today, I am going to go ahead and go back to our research for elementary school students, our Gale database, because I know that was one that was really popular with a lot of you. When your Mid-Continent Public Library sign-in screen comes up, keep in mind that your library card number is always the letters NKC, and then your lunch number, your last name is your last name. For my folks that have the double last name or the hyphenated last name, please remember, I'm sorry, it's a lot of typing. You've got to type the whole darn thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap go so I can sign in. While this is loading, I'm gonna give you a preview of what we are talking about in today's video. We're gonna be looking for what we call the citation. Every article that you'll find here on Gale and in a lot of our resources is going to have the opportunity to create what we call a citation. A citation is where you show exactly what the title is, author, where you found your resource, all of that good stuff, so that when you use information from these articles in your own writing, you can refer back and say, I got this information from this author, instead of trying to claim it as your own. So remember that my feature article topic, I am writing about Baltimore. So I'm going to go ahead and do that search right there. Keep in mind that Gale gives you the search suggestions. I did my search, and I found a lot of really, really good articles and book articles that I could use. What I want to do, I want to start off with something that's going to give me a lot of really good information. So I have right here, this is from an encyclopedia, and I think this is going to have a lot of really great information for my article. I scrolled down here to the bottom because I want you to see this screen that is on the bottom of every single Gale entry. If you find something in one of our Gale databases, that would include the research for elementary school students, the Gale biographies, you'll see it in the top row. It's the one that says biographies. You'll also see this on the National Geographic Kids if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen when you open up one of the resources there. You see here that it says source citation. This is what we talk about when we say a citation. This shows what the title is, where it came from, where I accessed it. See how it says Gale in Context Elementary, and it has that link, and when I accessed it. This is really, really useful. This is keeping you from having to do this yourself. If you look at that blue button that says select, when I tap on that, it's going to highlight the whole thing, and I want to choose copy. I'm going to go over to notes now. I know a lot of you are just starting out using notes, because I noticed that when we use notes for some of our activities in class, some of you it is opening up for the first time. I'm showing you right here, and I will link a copy of this in the instructions that get sent out. I have what we call a template for you. So you can see it says Annotated Bibliography at the top. You can see I put my name where it says name, feature article topic. I have a blank version that I will be linking for all of you. And you can see I've already done an example of this for a 4th grade class. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another line. And if I tap right there, I should be able to paste in the citation that I just accessed. That right there is exactly what you saw down here at the bottom of the screen. I pasted it into my notes so that I can refer back to it. I can also use this as my works cited page when we do our feature articles if your teacher wants you to do that. Now, what makes this an annotated bibliography is I'm going to do a little bit of extra work here. If you look up at my one above this one, after the information that you see in the citation, I wrote a quick sentence that says, this article gives me information about the state where Baltimore is located. I'm going to write a quick sentence or two about why I think this article that I just typed in here is going to be useful in my future article. So I'm going to write, this article comes from an encyclopedia and gives a lot of information about the history of Baltimore. So now I have an annotated bibliography with 2 sources that are ready to go for my feature article. And I can continue looking back in my resources. I can keep going back to some of those mid-continent databases that we practiced using in class, and I can find a lot more information there. I know that some of you have topics that are going to have a lot more information on them in some of our databases than others. If you're having trouble, you can email me or have your adults email me. My email address is going to be on the instruction slide, or you can find me on Teams. I plan to be online on Teams all day, and you can shoot me a Teams message and we can workshop trying to find you some resources together. I'm looking forward to finding out what kinds of great sources we found for our annotated bibliographies next week, and I look forward to reading those feature articles when they're done. See you later on.